Hi and welcome back to our second video in our 5-minute fundamentals mini-series, Hard Money Secrets. I'm Sal Buscemi, Managing Director here at Dandrew Partners in New York City and co-founder and CEO of Dandrew Media. In this video, we're going to explain what some intermediaries of ours are doing to generate $15,000 to $25,000 paydays without lending or using any of their own money. But before we get into this, I want you to watch this very short segment first.
I'm in the Mid-Atlantic region. I'm sourcing the deals through just my marketing machine and mostly my network from over the years that I've built up.
Okay.
I think the client you're talking about is a California client where I'm working on a pitch book for him. So this guy has about $3.26 million deployed on the street in the form of hard money loans.
Single family, what kind of hard money loans?
Yes.
Okay.
Single family. He's got about $5 million fund. He wants to make it a $20 million fund, and he came to me looking for ways to do that. And so I've talked with him about starting his own fund. I talked to him about what I think we're going to wind up doing for him is a rediscount facility, setting up, getting an institutional provider to provide some capital, which at the very low end of his capital stack, and then have him use the money from his $5 million fund to be first loss position just below his borrowers, which are going to provide about 35% on an asset-by-asset basis. So it's just a different way of structuring his capital stack. In order to do that, we're building a pitch book for him, doing a lot of consulting, a lot of coaching, walking him through what's important about managing a fund, the compliance, the reporting, all that kind of thing. And
did you charge enough for this?
Did I charge enough?
Yeah.
He paid me $25,000 up front for the pitch book piece, plus the capital introduction piece, which is on our standard engagement letter. And I take a piece of I take 2% up front, and then I take a piece of his fund on the backside for all the money that we bring in.
So we just heard from one of our intermediaries, David Dejewski, talk about how he was solicited to create some marketing materials for someone looking to raise money. And he was paid handsomely too, $25,000 to be exact. He just followed a few of our simple principles and tools to do so. One of those tools was a blueprint of how to search out the most qualified professionals to do the heavy lifting for you. This same blueprint was attached to the email that you received that notified you of this video that you're watching now. The name of this blueprint is How to Use Elance to Build Your Pitch Books Quickly and Easily. And there are a few things I want to bring to your attention here. First, you're probably wondering what a pitch book is. The pitch book, or deck as it's called in Wall Street circles, explains your deal in a concise PowerPoint presentation. There's a formula for creating one, and once you understand that, it's very simple to replicate. You just tweak a few things, rinse, wash, and repeat. It's very easy. And don't think for a moment that everyone who's looking to raise money knows how to. In fact, most of them don't. They embarrassingly beg and plead with their family and friends when in actuality they should be soliciting seasoned investors and using different networks. And you know who I'm talking about. Everyone knows the do-it-yourselfer. These are the same people who think that they can do it themselves but really wind up shooting themselves in the foot because they can't communicate the concepts in a logical format for prospective investors to understand. Most people aren't good writers anyway, so I'm not even going to get into the grammatical and syntax errors that make people look foolish and ignorant. Now, getting back to the blueprint called How to Use Elance to Build Your Pitch Books Quickly and Easily, here are a few things I want to bring to your attention. First, not all contractors you meet on elance.com or upwork.com are created equal. When you're putting together your pitch book or presentation, you need to have someone that has a lot of experience doing this. They need to be based in the United States and have a Wall Street background. Never break that rule, ever. That means no consultants, no copywriters, no blog article writers, no in-laws, no outlaws, no friend of a friend who is out of work and looking for a payday. And definitely not anyone in India, Vietnam, Pakistan, Philippines, or Bangladesh. Obviously, their English isn't as proficient as those here in the States who you'll be pitching to. And those presentations can come across as being awkward linguistically and grammatically. That's a big no-no. You want someone who's worked at an investment bank, preferably in New York City. These investment bankers are trained to put together complete and compelling pitches that you can use over and over again to show your investors your deals credibly and confidently. Their livelihoods depend on their ability to raise capital for deals. Now ask me how I know this. Remember, you only get one shot to make a first impression, and it doesn't matter if you're asking for $100,000 or $100 million. You better be wearing the right clothes to this party, otherwise you will lose all credibility. I'm sure you'll agree that this isn't the equivalent of selling widgets to someone. You want to come across as proud, experienced, and knowledgeable. Also, in the digital age now, you have no idea where your deal may wind up. I've personally had one of my pitch books wind up in the hands of an accountant to a very wealthy family office. That contact alone was worth far more than a couple hundred it cost me to have the deck created. To you, that is powerful. These presentations are guaranteed to make you look smarter and more experienced than you probably are at this stage. And that's a good thing. No matter what happy sap things you hear, in business, people do judge a book by its cover here. And if it looks dated and cheap, it's going to be deleted. So I'm sure you're thinking, well, my brother-in-law told me first to get an attorney. Why do I need to get a pitch book? Very good question. Here's the important answer. Many people will pay upwards of $60,000 to speak to an attorney first, to paper their deals, to get things like the private placement memorandum done. The problem with this cart in front of the horse mentality is that your attorney knows nothing about your deal. How will he write the docs if he doesn't know how you've structured this? How is he or she supposed to know where the money goes, and more importantly, how it comes back? Do you think that that's important for them to know? Second, why would anyone pay that much money without having the certainty of investors lined up already? That's the equivalent of paying thousands of dollars for a prom dress when you don't even have a date to the prom yet. The pitch book is a tool to effectively communicate your deal to prospective investors in a way that they can understand clearly. Don't think for 1 second that someone is going to read a 140-page private placement memorandum. It's confusing and filled with legalese. And a confused mind never buys. Just putting this intimidated document in front of your prospective investor will make them feel overwhelmed. Does this make sense? Good. Now let's see how Dominique Alexis in Baltimore, Maryland raised $1 million in 1 week. Dominique, how much did you raise off of that one template, or how much did you get in commitments? Remember when you bought packaging the deal? It was the PowerPoint for hard money lenders that you showed to them. It was credibility. This is where you do with your money. Here's where it goes. Here's how it comes back. What happened?
I raised $1 million.
Tell me how you did that. How did you do that?
Well, when I used the pitch book, I just presented.
So you actually opened the package and used it?
Yeah, I actually used it, yes.
Okay. Tell me more.
And I, through a friend, had a doctor and a lawyer who were looking to put their money. Each had $500,000, and I just used the pitch book.
It's that easy, isn't it? It was done for you, that's why. All of this stuff is done for you. Thank you, Dominique. Give him a round of applause. That's great. After watching this, I want to challenge you to think about how you've raised money for your deals in the past. Maybe you've never raised money. Well, there's no better time than the present to get into this prestigious industry of being a real estate fund manager. Remember in the first video, we spoke about where to uncover those investors. This video talks about how to effectively and efficiently communicate your deal to them. Do you think you'll have an easier time knowing how to use this blueprint? Drop a line in the box below and let me know. I'm eager to hear your questions, concerns, and comments. Thank you for watching this video. Now hold on. In the third video, we're going to be talking about the facts and myths as it relates to second mortgages on residential real estate. Better buckle in for this one. Many people have lost a lot of money by using some unsound strategies. And in this next and last video series, we're going to talk about how to structure the risk away from you and your investors. Sounds good? Great. I look forward to talking with you on the next video.